Welcome to the Generation Kids Daily Devo podcast, where we move from wonder to worship, looking for God at work in the world around us, ready to ask the tough questions and discover what His Word has to say to us. Today's episode is titled Trust Fall, and it comes from me, Casey Taylor. Now, I'm not advocating for this, but I am telling you that it's a thing. In fact, it's a thing so much in my house that sometimes I don't even see it coming until it's almost too late. And then, bam! There it is. The thing I'm talking about is something my daughter decided she would start doing in our home. She does this because it's fun, it's exciting, it's a rush for her, and it's always a surprise to me. Any thoughts as to what it is? Okay, the thing I'm speaking about is called a trust fall. Have you ever heard of a trust fall? It's basically you standing with your back to someone, or a couple of someones, and usually up on top of some elevated surface, so that there's an element of risk and danger, in the case that one or more of the someones don't actually catch you, where a person slowly falls backwards, and the fall is happening, not because they need it to, not because they have to, but because it's supposed to show that if they had to, you'd catch them, which is where the trust part of the trust fall comes in.
Got it.
It's a way to show you, as the catcher, that the faller has trust in you, or a couple of yous to catch them if they fall. Now, my daughter has found new and more exciting ways of jumping out of nowhere and leaping dangerously in front of me, and my natural reaction, as her dad, is to reach out for her and to risk my own pain to make sure that she experiences none. She has come to learn that I will go to great lengths or personal pains to protect her from her own pain. Even when she causes the situation that might cause her pain, she leaps out into the void in front of me, and she just hopes and trusts that I'll catch her. I've shown her that she can trust me. I've caught her before, and this is the hope and trust that we, as believers, learn to have in God. We read about this kind of hope and this level of trust in Hebrews 11, verse 1.
Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. Hebrews 11:1.
Sometimes leaping out or taking a step of faith into territory ahead of you that you can't even see can feel like falling into the eternal unknown. But we learn over time that we can trust God when He's called us to walk. We know that even though we can't see the next step, when He tells us to move, that He'll catch us, or He'll have provision waiting for us when we land. This is called faith, and as Hebrews 11 says, it's also called hope. When this passage talks about conviction, that word means that we have a strong, unmovable belief and assurance. And what do we have a conviction about? That God will provide for us in ways that we can't always see before we take a step or move towards Him. We essentially perform a spiritual trust fall. We are willing to risk the fall because we trust the God who catches and steadies us. With every step that we can't see, there is a risk. A risk that things don't go the way that we want them to. A risk that we'll fall and might get hurt. But when we believe in God, like my daughter believes in me, when she takes a step of faith, and when we take the choice to move forward towards God, even when we don't know the outcome, we are saying that we know and trust in the one who does know the outcomes. Because you see, God does know what the result of each step of faith looks like. He knows the end before the beginning. So when we step forward in faith, we are saying with our actions, God, I know You're in control, and I know that You will protect me and provide for me. And He'll provide either in the lessons we learn through falling or in the way He catches us when we trust fall into His arms and show our hope and trust in Him. Do you trust God to catch you? Now it's time for
Today's big question.
Today's big question is for our big kids to talk through with our less big kids. Big kids, aka adults. When is a time that you felt God asking you to trust Him and to move forward in faith even when you didn't know how things would turn out? Share with our younger kids how God showed up. We all need to learn from the wisdom God has built up within those of us who have come before us. Kids, listen close, and sometime later today, pray that God would give you the hope and assurance in Him when it's your time to step out in faith as you put your hope in motion. Thanks for listening to the Generation Kids Daily Devo podcast. If you want to keep in touch with us on all our social media platforms, check out the links in the description. And if you'd like to help support us as we continue to create meaningful content for kids of all generations, please subscribe to our Patreon by visiting us at patreon.com/wearegenerationkids.